Welcome back to another episode of Society Mic, this time powered by Maharaja Textiles. Now, before we go into today's episode, let's just get a brief introduction on all my guests for today, starting from the esteemed gentleman on my right.
Hi guys, my name is Finish.
Hey everyone, my name's Yuva.
Hi guys, my name is Sonia.
Hi, I'm Joania.
All right, now, before we ask them a few questions, let me just tell you what's today's topic, which is growing old, does it scare you? So now, I'd like to ask you guys, describe your current life situation without telling me your age.
Oh, that's a good one. Okay, I'm going to say I've just recently gotten into running and joined like 3 different run clubs. Okay.
How about you, Vinesh?
Graduated, paying loans. So, yeah.
Very relatable. And you, Sonia?
I'm working and I'm also studying.
Time to upload my picture in matrimony profiles.
Very
Shadi.com.
relatable. Okay, so now let me ask you guys, since some of you working, some of you into matrimony and whatnot, okay, on a personal standpoint of view, perhaps I can ask you first, Sonia, okay, how has the transition been from uni life and career/working life?
I would say it's quite a challenge for me because I think I've always played safe. I've always been in my comfort zone ever since young, gotten like good support from my parents and my family. Choosing to work is not because of any pressure. It's simply because I chose to explore the corporate world, explore earning something for myself. And that transition from just being safe to like fully independent, wow, it scared me quite a bit. Even though I've just started, like it's quite a toll, but it's a good toll. It's like a good busy kind of thing. Yeah.
And how about you, Joe? How do you feel about that transition from uni to career?
Not much because I'm still living in campus. So my life as a student and also in corporate world is much more, I would say, similar. But of course, more responsibilities and more pressure, more exhausting, no fun. Weekends are meant for sleeping.
Not working OT.
No more parties, no more clubbing.
No more social life, I suppose.
I'm just trying to squeeze in as much as I can.
So here's the thing about adulthood and social life and all that. As we grow older, I think we all can agree that our circle of friends gets smaller.
Definitely.
It definitely does. I think once we had probably 100 friends that we can lean on to. Now it's probably 2 or 3. And what do you think about that? Do you feel like you want to go out there and find new friends, or do you feel you are content with the current circle of friends for you?
I think for me is I did have a very big group of friends. Like you said, 100 boys always in the house, going out here and there. But then now it's smaller. But I do go out and look actively, not for friends, but acquaintances who we work with, who we actually share ideas, bounce off each other's. Inspirations. We get inspirations from new people we meet. Like here, especially in Society Mic, we meet a lot of new faces and we get to share and learn a lot of things from them. I think that's more important. Friends circle, it is smaller. I think quality is more important. Right, so
You are?
No, definitely quality over quantity, 100%. And just like combining both the topics, I think because I was lucky enough to study abroad and stuff, people say like the friends you carry on into the later part of your lives, they're normally your uni friends, but mine's all the way in freaking Melbourne, like, so having like, I meet them once a year and stuff, and in that sense, it's really fun. But having to meet new people and like build new connections now when you're already working, like I work a 9 to 5, so finding the time to meet new people, build new connections, it's definitely tolling, and sometimes it feels very surface level as well, because you meet someone new for like an hour during a run club. What do you say? Hi, what your name is, where you're working, that's it, and you exchange Instagrams, but you never really talk to each other again, so it's definitely hard, but that's why I'm here, guys, meeting you guys.
Yeah, I would like to add on to that. Like, I think back then all of us were so excited to get new friends, and once you're like one thing and that's it, you're BFFs, right? But now it's so different. Like when you have such a big group and everybody's like, okay, I'll support you, I'll see you grow. I think my transition from like fully studying to now working part-time as well, that has caused me to be so much more busier. But the thing is, then people's true colors, going like, oh, you're so busy now, like, oh, you have no time for me. It's not that I don't have time for you, I just have different priorities, and that's
like, God forbid a girl has a life,
exactly,
right?
And like only the close ones would be like, I get that you're busy, let's keep the low maintenance friendship, which by the way I stand low maintenance friendships. Yeah, what about you?
Oh, I have a lot of friends. I have
Oh,
many
she can't
groups.
relate. She can't relate. Yeah.
I
Like,
am
what are you
so
talking about, man? Like,
Oh, I have this one group, girls gang. My girls gang are like the solid ones. We are a group of 10. I still hold to that. Like getting female friendship, especially at this age, is very important. You can discuss about anything, regardless of whatever that is. I have my friends there, and I would be forever grateful for that. Like he said, quality over quantity always.
I stand.
I mean, you're saying that you have a group of 10 of your friends. I suppose not many of us can relate with that. You have a
Yeah.
core bunch like that. Now, you probably would go for outings out together, have adventures together and all. But as an adult, how do you balance between saving up and splurging in your life? How do you balance that? How do you maintain that?
It's all about priorities, I would say. If people can make themselves a priority for someone, I think it's all about that. No matter what busy I am, if my friend give me a call, she say that I am in trouble, I would just tell my boss, you know what, give me 5 minutes, I need to go to the washroom. That is how I hold to it. So I value friendship so much to that. So if I'm getting something similar from the opposite person also, I think that's what friendship is all about. So of course jealousy is there, this and that, but it's about like when you are dealing with some fight or something, if that person value the friendship so much, you can see like how they are actually handling the fights. If they value the fight so much, they won't be, you know, like they'll be scolding you and all this thing, to throwing words and everything. But if they value you more, they will put down the fight at the side, table talk. That's how we've been dealing and sustaining this female friendship until now. So great.
How does it feel like to be God's favorite, lah? Honestly,
I think she's ready for marriage.
Yeah.
She's like,
Hence
She's
the
like,
matrimony
"Sir."
page. You know, it all adds
like
up.
the only big groups that I can handle is like, unless they're mixed with boys and girls, I can't sustain a big girls group. I don't know how. Like it's
Too
like
much drama, is it?
no, it's not that. It's just like I'm a type of person where I like to chat not only about like girl stuff. I like to talk about other things
Work-related
as well.
stuff
Like,
and all
yeah,
that.
work-related business. Like networking is also quite interesting for me. And I mean, that's a personal preference. So that's why I feel like mixed groups are more beneficial in that sense, because you get both sides of the perspective.
I mean, for me, I feel like a group of boys. I grew up with a group of boys always, and there's not much dramas in a group of boys. There's fights, yeah, but here and there. But I feel like we
Y'all don't
always
hold the grudge.
we don't hold grudges. We don't hold that, and it's always a good time. We're always the same people who we were when we grew up, even though everyone is different now. Everyone has their own jobs and this and that. But I feel like we all are still the same boys that grew up at the same place, you know. So it's always still fun. I do have a group of friends as girls also, but I think the boys keep it real, lah.
The core,
Yeah,
huh?
they
Yeah,
keep it
yeah.
real to an extent.
You see, you have a bit of both, then the whole group is balanced enough, you know. If there's too much of drama, then the guys will be like, shh,
Yeah, yeah.
we need dim sum. Yeah.
I think it's like, sorry.
No,
I
no
wish-
worries. Go ahead. No worries.
Okay, no, like when it comes to gender, for me, it's more like I like having both, and I like having them in a mixed setting. But I do have, I think, undiagnosed ADHD, and so my interests at different times are very different. So I like, rather than like fitting them into gender roles, is like the kind of friends that I want to do these activities with. I like my introvert friends, I like my extrovert friends, I like my ambivert friends, and like finding those. Yeah, like I think that's important for me. Yeah.
Okay, so we've spoken about when we grow old, how we deal with our friends, but we've not really touched upon on our parents. And for you, Yuva, we are growing old as adults. We are embracing adulthood and all that. Yeah. I suppose all of us,
Yes.
as a whole, okay, we all are embracing, I suppose, one way or another, adulthood. And as much as we are growing older, our parents are as well. So, what's your outlook or what's your take on that?
That one's actually like, it's almost like you know my history. I do plan on moving abroad in about a year and a half or 2 years. Don't jinx it, guys. But yeah, that's definitely something that's always been in the back of my mind, because as much as I'm growing older or like maturing, so are my parents. And like seeing that even when I was away for just like 3 or 4 years, I came back and they already look so different. I felt like my dad got shorter, probably because of, you know, when you go older, you like hunch a little, or maybe I grew taller. I don't know, right? Science.
I think you grew
Yeah,
taller.
probably. But yeah, seeing those differences and not seeing them day to day, you lapse it and then you see them. It's definitely scary. But then again, because I'm aware of it and I think of it all the time, I try my best to spend as much time as I can with them now, because at the end of the day, like, goodbyes are inevitable. Like you will have to say goodbye to everyone at some point. So I'm making like full use of the time that you have with them. I think that makes the goodbyes a lot less painful. Yeah.
How about you, Vinay? How do you, what's your outlook on that? Your parents are growing older as well, and
I mean, for me, I feel like taking the responsibilities from them is what I look at it. Giving
Ba-
them a
passing down the
passing
baton,
down the
basically.
baton,
Yeah.
So if my dad he runs his business, taking over that, giving him the time to, giving them the time they actually needed, or the time they spend for us, right, taking care of us, giving back their time is what I look at it. So that's the way I look at it. So giving back the time, giving them something where they can live on. They have left something for us, taking care of that, and taking care of them by giving them time to actually enjoy their life, go for their holidays, enjoy. So that's what I think of.
Yeah, I think I would like to add on to that because, like, as we transition into like adulthood, a lot more responsibilities are being thrown to us,
Yeah.
and a lot of people, like in their early 20s, don't actually realize how much they would have to take on. And you know what I mean by like parents coddling us since young, you know? For me, I feel like I would want to reach a certain phase in my life where I'm able to then pamper them in return for like all the pampering they've done to me. It's like, thanks guys, chill, like I'll work hard. You can stay home,
Yep,
that kind
yep,
of thing.
yep.
But it's going to be a long journey. And
Yep.
I don't think a lot of people realize that they would have to take on that. So maybe it's scarier for a lot more people who don't have that mindset at that age.
That's fair. And Joe, I believe you are the only child, isn't it?
Yeah, the only child.
And how's that responsibility been going for you?
I would say I'm very happy on that I don't have siblings. The first reason is because I get that opportunity to take care of my parents all by myself.
It's probably
your
because you
own
get
way.
all the
In my own
attention.
way.
That's the whole point. Yeah.
Like I don't need to share them with 1 month you stay there, 1 month you stay here. No, you stay with me. Like until the end of the world, you stay with me. I'm very like I love my mom and dad so much. So it's like I'm fulfilling their dream.
I hope her dad's not watching this though. She's like, I love my mom.
Mommy,
Dad
dad,
would be like, what you talking about?
no.
Yeah.
And the responsibilities is very big because I have to set up everything. You know, people will be like pushing me towards marriage, but the only one thing that I always will be thinking about, what if I go to another house? Who are gonna take care of my parents? That's a very important thing that I have to handle. So I need to settle down everything. And then of course, like we are living in our dream, but my parents, they have sacrificed so much. So it's like my time to fulfill their dream. Like you want to go here, I'll bring you. You want to eat at this hotel, I'll bring you. Tell me, whatever that it is, you tell me.
Exactly.
It's like that. So
That's the
yeah.
way, man. It's fantastic.
Hence, to get to
way, man.
this, you have to have that mindset that I just talked about.
That's true. That's true. Now, it's again very nice way to look at it, but it's also important that as we grow older, we have to look after ourselves as well. You know, as we grow older, the body change and all that. Also, the mind changes. Okay, as far as I'm concerned, growing up, adulthood, and all that, it's important that we have. For me, it's personally, I have to have an advice to my own self. Okay, if I were to meet a 15-year-old Navin, what would I do? And if I were to meet a 15-year-old, I would say that mistakes are inevitable. That you're bound to make mistakes, no matter what you do. But you must understand the concept of either you win or you learn. There's no losing, in my opinion. One way or another, you either win or you learn something from it. So, like Joe, what's your take on if you were to give an advice to a 15-year-old Joe, what would you say to her?
You know that growing older, one thing that I regret the most is all about wasting my 20s in the lockdown. You know, lockdown. My prime era, like 24, 25, 26,
Prime,
just
damn.
just
Okay.
got
Bro
was at
wasted. Just got wasted at home. So because of this, I kind of regret of losing a lot of opportunities, fulfilling my dreams, this and that. Right now, my goal is more towards settling in life. Probably if the lockdown thing doesn't exist, probably I would have done so much more things. So yeah, if I were about to tell my 15-year-old Joania, I would say, I am very proud of you, Joania.
Oh, damn,
I'm very proud of you.
I love
You needed all this shit because that's what makes you stronger.
Oh, damn, man.
Where's the 15-year-old you now? Like coming in
She would
spirit.
have
Probably.
definitely been very proud of me. So
Yeah, I'd like to add to
all
that as
those
well.
lessons
It's
I
true.
noted.
Your 15-year-old self, you'll say that because whatever mistakes we went through is who we are now, right?
Exactly.
Yes.
All the shit that was thrown to us is what we built ourselves on with, and who we are today is thanks to that. So it depends, right? I feel like every mistake was made for a reason, and we change and we learn from it. I will tell myself, make more mistakes. I'll say now I'm still young, not that young, but I'll say still young. Make more mistakes, go and do stuff that you don't want to do. Right? Be in uncomfortable situations, and just learn.
Exploring life.
Exploring life,
I feel
yeah.
like every decade in our life, like our teen years, our 20s, 30s, and everything, there's a different set of goals, there's a different set of experiences that you have to experience. You can't run away from it, regardless.
Canon events,
You know? Yeah, exactly. They teach you stuff, so you just push through.
Yeah, I like also just adding on to the term like prime years, right? I feel like that's something that we hear about all the time. They're like, oh, my dad, especially like, sorry, Acha, he always says like, you gotta lose weight because you're in your prime years. I don't like the idea around prime years because it sort of narrows it down to a certain age group, right? But then you see on like social media, like 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds, they're still dressing up, having fun, going out, traveling, all those things. So I feel like the people who are scared of growing old because they think they're running out of their prime years, they're scared of the idea of growing old that society has sort of placed onto them. It's like by the age 30, you need to get married. By the age 40, you need to have kids. They need to be in school. It's all stigmatized, right? But if you manage to break out of that, so what if you get married in your 40s? So what if you're still traveling at 50? So what if you don't have a stable job by 30? You're still there. You've lived all that, and that is what makes it beautiful. Like, everything is so routine now, like a stable job, all that kind of stuff, that there's no excitement in life, you know? So if you don't want to be scared of growing old, just don't grow old. That's such a physical thing. You
Yeah,
can
it's a
mentally
mindset
still, like,
thing.
yeah,
I
it's a
feel,
mindset.
yeah, it's a
Like if
mindset
you
thing.
stay young, if you stay a
Like
child
keeping
in your
yourself
head,
fit,
Exactly.
then
yeah.
it's literally just your body growing old. There's this one TikTok filter that like when you try it, you can see what you look like when you're old. But then my parents cried when they saw it. They go like, no, my this is what you're gonna look like. But I was like, chill. But the thing is, when you don't smile in that filter, you look really ugly, right? Like you look wrinkled and all this stuff. But if you're smiling in that picture, it gets like 10 times better. And that just shows like if you keep that spark, you know.
Like the
So this
inner
feels like a
happiness.
motivational talk.
I mean, you
But
go,
yeah,
you
you know, like, yeah, so that's my take on growing
That's-
old and
Yeah, that's
Right, right,
fantastic.
right.
Do you have anything else you want to add, Sonia, about that?
I think the society works in such a way that everybody has a certain expectation on everybody,
Yeah.
except for themselves.
Mhm.
And if
Right.
it's a personal expectation, they will put so much of pressure that you end up becoming stressed more than happy when you achieve it. So all I can say is like explore what you want when you want it. There's no, like you say, there's no limit, there's no boundary. You know, I've like normally during our teen years we'd be like the wild ones that's going out and all that. Believe it or not, that I didn't go through a super wild teenage years. Now entering the next decade, I'm like a bit more confident. I'm like, okay, I want to do this. I want to try this. I want to stay up late. I want to, I want to experience that. And a lot of people may think like, oh, but you have to live a healthy lifestyle. Girl, I wouldn't even know what a healthy lifestyle is if I don't experience it and find a balance. You know, yeah.
That's fair. I think the take here is that we gotta explore. I think if you don't stay or you keep staying in your comfort zone, you're not gonna learn.
Yeah.
Diamonds are made under pressure. Okay. And with that, I would like to wrap up another great episode of Society Mic. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe our YouTube page. Till the next episode, guys.
Bye.